Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q and Aaaa, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hello, lovelies. Come on in. Come on in. You know what day it is, right? FriYay. Do I have many FriYays in the house yet? Bring those pinkies in here. Let's get busy. We got a couple of things on the agenda today. And boy, did we get some good questions in. So I'm excited to share all of that with you. And welcome you, by the way, to the Daily Dish Show. This is where we put vibrancy back into your everyday life, heart, mind, body, and soul. You're a whole woman after all, not just a pair of jeans or, a lipstick color. You are all the things. So come on down and let's get busy. I see Jackie already is here. There's my girl Vicky as well. Yay! And there's Yvonne from Whittier, California. Love to see you guys all come on in. Hi, Jackie. She's FriYay-ing. FriYay. Alrighty, Jen's in the house. Good to see you, Jen. Yes, come on down. And boy, do we have so many. Oh, you're so sweet, Amber. This is. My hair is still kind of damp, but thank you. I appreciate it. Boy, do I need to see the hairdresser house. This mess has grown, right? Anyway, lots of announcements today, including our gala for next week. Gala. Yeah, I'm going to wear something sparkly. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. But next week, we are doing our grand opening, folks, for our website. It's open now. Obviously. Have you been there? Have you checked it out? SavingDinner.com. Everything is different. Everything has changed, and it is a dream to navigate. I'm telling you, everything is fabulous. I am so pleased with the job these guys did. Well, I'll tell you more about them, but anyway, do you love that? It's so fun. Do you love a new website? I like opening new presents. New things. It's so nice. Anyway, Lucy's in the house. Good to see Lucy. We have, this is the last day for this quote, no pressure, no diamonds. You know what that means, right? It's not that I want you to say, oh good, here comes the pressure, here comes the heat, etc. But I want you to just take a look for a minute. Instead of complaining all about it, maybe take a second and say, there's a lesson here to be extrapolated. Because there always is, right? We always have a new lesson. We always have something to learn. And when we can hug and hold on to that and just say, I'm not going to push back today. Instead, I'm going to look for the lesson. It's amazing what happens. Yeah, no pressure, no diamonds. We're all diamonds in the rough, by the way. All of us. This side of glory, anyway. It'll change. It'll change. Our girl Lucy's in the house, and we're so glad to see you. Anyway, I also want to tell you my son's commercial is out. As a matter of fact, if you've seen the Jeep commercial with the President's Day sale, it's everywhere, apparently. I've had a lot of people on my personal page saying, oh yeah, I saw that. I didn't know that was your son. You'll see him. He's driving the car. Yes, he has dimples. Everybody said, oh, he's got dimples just like you. Yes, he does. They're hereditary. And you'll recognize him. He's obviously my son. So you will recognize him driving the car. You'll see him going down the kayak. It's pretty darn cool. And I'm very proud, Mama. Can you tell? I should be proud though, right? You saw it last night, Vicky. Yay. Yay. I also posted it in the Hot Milk Sprint group. We'll post it here in the Saving Dinner group as well. But I'm just really proud of him. He did a great job on that commercial. And, I'm hoping that this is the beginning for him, that he can do some other things. Because not only is he a good-looking kid, I don't know if he has a red jacket on, but I think he does. But you'll recognize him. There's two men there. There's one guy there that's a black guy. That's not my son. And there's another guy there that's driving the car, that's my son. There's a woman in there, and there's a dog, and that's not my son's dog. That's who's all in there. The woman that's in there is my son's dear friend, not his girlfriend, but you know, they had this whole storyline, and it was called Hidden Squirrel. I said, "Where's Hidden Squirrel, Peter? Where's Hidden Squirrel?" He goes, "Oh, Mom, that was fake," because it says Hidden Squirrel. Because if you listen to the commercial, it says sometimes you just go where because you like the name of the place, whatever. But it's a cute commercial. He did a great job and hit it out of the park. So I get to wear my Proud Mama badge today. Hi, Yolanda. Good to see you. We got lots of things going on. Now, here's what I want you to do about the gala. Next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, we have 4 shows. 4. So there will be a show, as usual, 1 p.m. for the gala. And there will be a show at 7 p.m. that same day. 2 shows a day. Tuesday and Wednesday at 1 and at 7 p.m. Yeah. And you can come to these as much as you want. You're going to want to. Not only are we going to have screaming deals. You remember what we did at Thanksgiving, right? Well, we got the same kind of a thing going. You're going to want to join because we're going to have great deals for you. Number 1. Number 2, we are also going to have tons of giveaways. Tons of giveaways. And I'm going to tell you right now, not only are we going to have tons of giveaways, we've got some big time giveaways. Big time. Yes, Caroline did share it on her IG. You are right. She's the one who found it, by the way. So anyway, all I want you to do is I want you to mark your calendars. I want you to show up and support us as we launch this fabulous website, as we push through and get, some of the kinks moved out. We're rolling through that. If you have an issue logging in, we've had a few people who said, where'd my stuff go? No worries. I promise you, it's just a little glitchy poo. We will fix it. That's right, Sarah. Giveaways. Remember that cacao? It's back. Plus, I will give you, there's going to be signed books. There's going to be a big Butcher Box certificate. We've got wine from Dry Farm Wines. We've got fresh pressed olive oil that we're going to be giving away. I mean, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Mark it down. It's going to be right here on Facebook, right? We're going to have flash sales for 15 minutes. You just need to be ready. You just need to be ready. It is going to be an absolute blast. And don't worry, operators will be standing by. We're going to be all over it. We're going to be all over it. Anyway, we're delighted. We're excited. And we want you here. All you have to do is just remember, show up at 1 p.m. like you always do, right here. It won't be a normal sale. It will be the gala. And then in the evening, we'll gala up again at 7 p.m. Eileen, that's fine. You can be at work. The thing is that the only thing that I can say is that there's going to be people. We will have it also going onto YouTube as well. Okay. But it's going to be after the fact. Yes, we will honor codes. Yes, we will honor things. So don't worry about that. I want you to be there because we're really going to have a good time. There'll be content as well. There'll be quote decks given away. There will be mindful mugs given away. And we will have supplements. We have so many things. You just want, one of the big things, we will have an event ticket for the next Full Bloom. That's a big value right there. That will be a free ticket for you to be here for Full Bloom because we're going to do it in person this year. God willing that this COVID thing is done. We will also have a super sprint kit. That's like $400 value. So we have so many things. You're not going to want to miss it. Mark your calendar, mark 1 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Got it? Yeah, somebody wants the pink sweatshirts. I don't know. You never know what we can pull up, You never know. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait for Full Bloom either, Amy, and I can't wait to see you there. We have a lot of people. Full Bloom and with the boat and the lake and the this and the that, is it going to be great or what? It's going to be amazing. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I fully expect that things are going to go our way. Now, if you want to find out what is a mindful mug, well, I'm glad you asked. Go to savingdinner.com/mug to find out all about it and how to get one. There's 3 different ways. You can pay for it, you can get it free, and it'll tell you exactly how to do that in there. It'll also tell you the philosophy behind the mindful mug, because we do things very purposefully to help you to get to the next level in your work. You know, we're doing work here. Have you noticed how fun the journey is when we just decide to embrace it? Have you noticed that? It's not just about getting over the finish line now. It's about enjoying the ride. That makes such a difference. You can find out about the quote decks too at savingdinner.com/quote. They come with these little wooden stands. Is that not cute? And then you can put one of your quotes on here. Like mine is, part of courage is simple consistency, from Peggy Noonan. Something that's going to take you back to your core of what it is that you want in your life. If you don't have full vibrancy in your life, it's just a matter of time. This is how we correct our environments that aren't supportive and make them supportive of the things that we want in this life. There's a lot. I want a lot of things. I don't know about you. I want it all. When I get to heaven, I just want to go there exhausted and just saying, okay, I left it all out on the dance floor, Lord. That's what I want to do. And to do that and to get that, attain that kind of vibrancy, we got work to do to fix the messes here, you know? Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. Jennifer's here saying hello to the lovely, so say hello back to Jennifer. The supplement of the week is a really good deal. And I'm going to show this to you because they're flying out the door. I want you to have this this is part of your pharmacy. And when I say pharmacy, I'm talking farm, F-A-R-M, pharmacy. This is how we support our innate immune systems. It's very, very simple. Noreen's so smart, she put the gala on her calendar. But all of these 5 things, if you buy 2 sets of these, we'll give you a 3rd one absolutely free. Screaming freaking deal. Go to savingdinner.com/show. That's where we put all of our supplements of the week. You know, this is something that I want you to, you know what, even if you don't buy it, just go there and study what those supplements are and why you need them. Go there and study and learn, because there's something there for you to learn. Honestly, you know, we can't duck out and just hope everybody else does it for us, can we? That's why I always tell you, MD does not stand for medical deity. You need to go in there to your doctor with a plan, with an idea of what's going on with you, and with research. You know, we are our best advocates. You know you better than anybody else. This is how we get to that level. The other thing that I want to mention too, because one of the things that held me back, I'm going to say for 30 years, was food addiction. And as a fat nutritionist with my weight all over kingdom come, from 120 pounds to 237 pounds, I understand what it is to be hooked on something. I get it. You know, I've never been hooked on heroin or drugs or booze or cigarettes or anything like that, but I have been hooked on food. Pamela wants to be one of the lovelies. You are, Pamela, because you're here. You are a lovely. We are all part of the lovelies. And part of being a lovely is understanding you're not a victim, you're a victor. It's understanding that what's inside of you, you know, you have not even tapped your potential yet. Isn't that exciting? I hope so. It is for me anyway. But back to that food addiction thing, come on down and go watch this webinar. If anything, it's going to ignite you. I want you to go with pen and paper in hand, or pencil because, you know, perfectionists and all that. We hate crossing out. So go to savingdinner.com/freedom. It's free. Watch it. Take notes. We have people who've watched it 3 and 4 times. I'm sharing my own journey. I'm sharing the science, and I'm sharing that there is a path to victory, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. savingdinner.com/freedom. Got that? And I also further, if you ever have questions, you can always send them in. Like today, we're going to answer questions. Send them in to support@savingdinner.com, and in the subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. Now, if you send it in right now, it's not going to get answered. You'll have to wait till next Friday. But just know you have options, you know? I've been a nutritionist since 1993. I know a thing or two about nutrition and about finding my way around and getting things together, and I want that for you as well. It's, you know, when we know what to do, we're there. So you've got the website. I told you about my son's commercial. My gosh, could I not shut up about that? The quote deck, the mug, food addiction. I told you everything. How about that? So anyway, check out, and by the way, that quote deck, you can get 2. If you order 2, you can get free shipping. savingdinner.com/quote. Let's check those questions out. Where did they go? Oh, where did they go? Here they are. Oh, we just need to check back in with ourselves, don't we? All right, the first question that we have is from Christy. And she said, I need help using PubMed efficiently. Stop right there. First of all, Christy, I'm going to give you massive props for going to PubMed in the first place. This is good for you. This is how, this is how we become empowered, by the way, is doing our own research, is doing our own work and not expecting somebody to spoon feed us. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that in a woman to woman, be empowered. Be empowered. Do your own research. This is the kind of stuff that you can take to your doctor to make your case, by the way. It's amazing. Anyway, she said, I have heard many times over the years from various sources that adding cinnamon into your daily diet is good for you. Recently, I read that adding cinnamon into your water increases your ability to burn fat. I tried researching the studies about cinnamon on PubMed and quickly got overwhelmed. Can you tell me how to use PubMed? Thank you for all you do, and listening to your wisdom and encouragement has helped me get back on the path to being all I can be. God bless you, Christy. I love that. That's so fabulous. But okay, I'm going to give you guys, not only is this going to be useful for PubMed, but it's going to be useful for Google or any search engine you want. Now, I know a lot of you don't like Google and you use DuckDuckGo for whatever reason, for privacy reasons and what have you, but DuckDuckGo is really pathetic. I'm sorry. I've tried, and I absolutely hate it. It never gives me good enough information. I hate that Google is really bent toward not helping wellness advocates as much as other places are. But I don't know what else to tell you, except that Google's a better search engine, way better than DuckDuckGo. That's just personal, well, it's not a personal opinion, it's just fact. Secondarily, PubMed can be a whole cluster in and of itself. In order to get something efficient out of PubMed or even out of Google, you need to make sure that you've got the right search terms. If it's too broad, it's too broad. So here's what you need to do. Number 1, always know what it is that you're looking for. So if you are looking for, you're looking about burning fat, I would put cinnamon, the plus sign, fat loss, okay? There should be no spaces in between it except spaces between fat and loss. That's it. No spaces. So that plus sign is bumped right up against the N on cinnamon and right up against the F on fat loss. When you do that, then it's going to specifically crawl for that information and pull that stuff up. That's the best thing that I can tell you. If you want to get really into the weeds and really know and understand how to use PubMed to get extraordinarily exact information, if you go to YouTube and put in how to use PubMed, there's a 4-minute tutorial that'll tell you exactly how to do it and how to find certain things and where to find, how to get beyond certain terms. I don't think that's necessary, but for some people, that's what they're going to want to do. For me, what's more important is being able to put the plus terms in there. The plus terms are what gets you more exact information, because it's going to pull not just all the general cinnamon stuff, it's also going to pull the fat stuff, fat loss stuff connected to the cinnamon stuff. And by the way, I did this myself. I did this search myself, and I was like, dang, I got to get on cinnamon. But watch, we'll probably have a new supplement coming because of this. There's some good stuff out there on weight loss and cinnamon. It's really good for blood sugar, by the way. All right, let's see, where am I? This is from Brittany. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna put it out there. My prayer warriors, you all put Brittany in your prayers. Risking TMI, I need to share my current situation so you can advise me for my short-term predicament versus general information. 1 month ago, my husband left my 6-year-old daughter and me. While things are relatively pleasant and I pray for reconciliation, you know, Mama's got to lead the way. I'm a stay-at-home homeschool mom, so his income is it for now. While I don't expect him to cut us off, I also didn't expect him to leave. How can I use my pantry and freezer to save as much money as possible right now without depleting it? Managing in and out flow. And thanks for helping me get it started to begin with. This week, all meals will come from our stash with a small trip for milk, etc., and a cash withdrawal from the register. I have my freezer inventory to send, but think we're almost at a war and peace territory as it is. I didn't quite understand that, but that's okay. I so appreciate any advice, redirection, and most importantly, prayers. Your practical help and life experience are valued. So, Brittany, love, we are praying for you, first of all and foremost, you know, woman to woman. I know what this feels like, by the way, to be alone. I know what it feels like to wonder about how you're going to feed your kids and all of that. I know what that feels like to not be able to depend on, you know, the person you thought you were depending on to help out with, especially in the situation of being a homeschool mom and not have any income and being, you know, dependent on all of that. So I'm going to talk to you in practical terms, and I'm also going to talk to you heart to heart, you know, woman to woman, okay? And by the way, you should, this whole feed is lighting up with prayers for you, Brittany, lighting up. So first things first, practicality wise, stay buying your groceries and stay with the basics. And the basics are protein and vegetables. Watch the sales, keep things going, keep things rotating through. It is that simple. There's no way to eat from your freezer without depleting it. It's going to naturally deplete because it doesn't, you know, it doesn't self-replicate while your back's turned. But here's the thing. If you're wise and you're doing this all according to sale, all according to what it is that you need, you will get the stuff that you need, you know, with no problem. There's always stuff on sale. Grab that as much as you can afford within your budget and make sure that you're rotating through, period. As far as fresh produce, remember this. The most delicate stuff gets used first. The hardier stuff can be used last. So cabbage and broccoli, for example, last a whole heck of a lot longer than lettuces, you know, and that's really important. So that's the kind of thing that I would suggest that you do. To manage it, make sure that you're rotating your stock. So as the new stuff comes in, pull the old stuff forward and put the new stuff in the back, just like as if you worked at a grocery store. That's my best thing that I can offer you. Stay away from, you know, if you're gonna look for coupons and stuff like that, look for coupons where it's like buy one, get one free for a can of tomatoes, buy one, get one free for a can of pinto beans or something like that or whatever. But stay away from the garbage. That's not gonna do you any favors or your daughter any favors. And I know that you're very, you know, you're a conscientious woman. You want to do the best for your daughter. You want to do the best for you. You want to raise them right. You put together your refrigerator and your fridge in order to serve your family. So that's the best that I can offer you on that. And if there's anything further, any other questions that I can help clarify, certainly send in an email. Now, heart to heart, woman to woman. You are loved. You are created by God Himself, and you can handle this hard time. You can. You don't need to fake and pretend that everything is okay. You don't have to fake and pretend that you're not hurt. You don't. But for your daughter's sake, as you're going through all of this with your daughter, be focused on the fact that your daughter's half him. And as much as the pain comes out and the hurt comes out, she can't handle this. This is not her thing. It has nothing to do with her. It has to do with whatever your husband's situation is, whatever the dynamic is between you. She needs to be completely taken out of that. And you need to encourage her to love her dad and not say, I don't know why he left us. Don't say things like that. It's so important that we don't poison our children against their parent, even though they did something like this that's so awful. Remember this, half of their DNA is him. So if you put him down, you're putting half of her down. That's what it feels like to them. When I went through a very hideous, ugly divorce that left me with anxiety, panic attacks, and the whole bit, just getting through all of it, and a bunch of ugliness coming from my ex-husband onto my children, I never said word one against him, ever, ever. I made it a point, I buttoned my lip, and I sometimes had to like remove myself from the room and just go, Marla got an earful, during all that time. But the thing was, my kids later on said to me, who, I've got a 31-year-old daughter and an almost 30-year-old son, and you know what they said to me? How much they appreciated that I never said anything. They made their own opinions later on, and they will make their opinions. But if your daughter comes to you and says something like, why doesn't Daddy love us anymore? Why isn't he here? Just say, Daddy loves us with everything that he has. He right now needs to sort some things out, and we need to pray for him. And this is how we can handle things and get to the next thing. For you right now, doing the next right thing is so important. Your daughter's schedule is important. Your daughter's regular homeschooling is important. Being regular, being on top of it. And also, if you, every once in a while, if a tear slips out of your eye or whatever, just say, I'm just sad, We're praying about this though. I mean, we're humans, and I'm not asking you to just fake it, and not be true, but you don't need to unload on your daughter. Your daughter's not your pal. She's your daughter, and she's 6, and she needs her childhood protected. This is hard on her. It's hard on you. Not saying that it's not, but there's things that are appropriate for her and things that aren't. And for you, what I say to you, listen, Mama, you've got everything that you need right inside of you. There is a strength inside of you that you don't even know about right now. And with all of our lovelies that are here who are praying for you and loving you up and keeping you tucked in their hearts, you're going to get through this, and you're going to be the best possible representation of yourself that you can be. I know that. And we love you, okay? Just letting you know. And if you have another thing, please send in another email, and we will keep this up. And I'll tell you, my team is praying for you too. If you know Jenny and Amber, they're not just sitting on the sidelines twiddling their thumbs. They're praying for you with all heart and soul, and so are the lovelies. All right, Christy, she says, I don't know how to set the moisture level on the produce bins in my refrigerator. Can you help? Yeah, you know what it is? Each refrigerator has its own setting. So my best thing is, if you don't have the manual, then what you need to do is look it up online. It's really simple to do. Everyone, all of the manuals are online. You don't have to keep those, by the way, which I think is, Marla told me this years ago. It was like freedom. You don't have to keep this crap. Boom, there it goes into the recycle bin. You don't have to keep it because you can look it up. So look it up online and put your refrigerator, the model number in there, plus manual. And you'll get the manual, and then you'll be able to look through the manual, and it'll tell you exactly how to set the moisture bins, because they're all different. Every manufacturer's different. Every refrigerator is different. They're all different. So that's the best way to do it, and that's how you're going to find out exactly what your refrigerator, requires. This is from our girl Jackie. You, Amber, and Jenny are great. Well, thanks. We will take that. Thank you. I think of you all as family. I'm not complaining or just wanting information, so here goes. I had surgery to remove breast cancer on 2/10/21. Okay, this is our girl Jackie. Prayer warriors, start it up. I see the surgeon again on the 22nd, and we'll find out about the radiation treatment schedule. Thankfully, I don't have to take chemo. I take meds for bipolar, mostly depressed side, anxiety, blood pressure, and thyroid. My question is, what foods and supplements should I take, especially during radiation? My husband takes meds for diabetes, blood pressure, and cholesterol. What supplements should he take after my radiation? What questions you ask clients so I could prepare to have a private session with you? Okay. Jackie, we will send you the questionnaire. You can have a private session with me, and I'm going to get more into the weeds on this with you. But the questions that we ask you is your height, your weight, where you are hormonally, what medications you're taking, what supplements you're taking, what your diet looks like, just so I have a snapshot, a thumbnail of exactly what's going on. That's my pre-work, so I can take a look at all of that. The more information you put on that form, the more you get it. We have a link for coaching. I don't have any more consistent coaching clients. I take them a la carte as people need that. We have a link for that. So if you send it in an email to support@savinggdinner.com, we will send you a coaching scheduling link. And it'll give you the whole thing, and it'll tell you exactly how to do it. Then you and I meet. It's a half hour that we meet for, but I always go over. So, just know that. I always schedule more time, because I always find that, as we start to get to know each other and everything, that it takes just a little bit more time. Thanks for your time with all my stuff. Also, we both have large amounts of belly fat. What do you recommend and take to do to help leave that quickly? So many questions. Okay, let's talk about this. Basically what we're talking about when we're talking about inflammation like this, and we're talking about high blood pressure, and we're talking about thyroid, cancer, all of it, we're looking at inflammation, diabetes, inflammation. One of the things that I love, and I don't think I have on my desk, is InflaCrusher. I use InflaCrusher every single day because I have Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's means my thyroid is, it's usually just a little tender, and I find when I take the InflaCrusher, it makes it less tender. It takes the inflammation out. So it's super helpful. InflaCrusher is really great as far as all of that is concerned. I would also suggest that you get into a smoothie regime. Start with a smoothie every single day. The Target Trifecta smoothie is gold. It has every nutrient that you need for your body to help build your body back up and to give it the things that you need. Joanne says InflaCrusher's my friend. Me too, my friend. The reason why is a lot of people, any ache and pain, are taking Advil and Tylenol and all this kind of stuff. There's 35,000 deaths a year of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications. Every single year, 35,000 deaths. InflaCrusher takes out the inflammation, which takes away the pain. Imagine that. So it's really good stuff, and it really, really helps. That's one. The other thing is, when we have large amounts of belly fat, you know what your body is saying? Not only do you have inflammation, but you have too much sugar in your life. That means you're eating too much carbohydrates of any kind, whether it's organic sweet potato or a donut. It all ends up, which doesn't mean, they're all crappy. I mean, sweet potatoes are fabulous things, lots of fiber, vitamin A, beta carotene, etc., but also higher in carbs and also higher in natural sugar. Sugar gets processed like sugar gets processed, and in your body causes inflammation, especially if you are insulin sensitive, or that you're no longer no longer insulin sensitivity. Diabetes type 2 says you don't. That means that you are unable to really process this very well. You have too much going on in your body. So here's what we do with this. We go to the place of a lower carb diet, much lower carb. I would strongly suggest that you start with the Sprint. The Sprint's fantastic, and it will take all of these things away. All of these things away. Gwen's asking, how much InflaCrusher should you take? Take one, see how you feel, and if it's still there, it's still bothering you an hour from then, take another one and just use it like that. Use it like you would Advil. That's how that works. High blood pressure often has, I look at high blood pressure with different eyes than a lot of people. A lot of times, if you're taking our hot melt mix, that will help. I would say for high blood pressure, take the hot melt mix, and first time you're ever going to hear me say is that fake salt stuff, because that's a potassium, has a little bit of potassium in there, as long as it's okay for your kidneys. But it's fantastic stuff. Just adding a little bit of that potassium in there and drinking enough fluid for the day, because 85% of people with high blood sugar are dehydrated. They don't drink enough water. And they're also looking at it from people having a lack of potassium in their lives and some of the other minerals. And this is why we love hot melt mix, which, by the way, I left mine at the sink again today, whatever. So that's one of the things, those are a couple of things that you need to be looking at, people. That's why this is critical. That's why this is a crucial issue. Your food has to be on point. Sugar needs to be pulled out, and don't replace it with that crappy fake sugars. Don't think, like you're going to exchange a donut for something that's made with a bunch of fake sugar or something like that. That's one of the mistakes that we make, is like we jones for the things that we used to, eat and love and all of that. But that's all built, believe it or not, that is all built on the back of addiction. That's what happens to us. And then we can't get away from it. And so then we think we can do a substitute, and all we're doing is substituting the heroin for cocaine. And what I'm trying to do, in a way that's less than gentle, is bring you to this place, this reality check of what it is that you need to do. And that is to cut this stuff out and to go directly to the place of taking on the hot melt sprint and changing up your diets. Have a heart-to-heart with your husband. I mean, this is how we fix this stuff. When high blood pressure, your longevity is affected. High blood pressure, that's a gateway into metabolic syndrome, which is diabetes and heart issues. You put all of that together, that takes 15 years off your life. Did you know that? So we got to be looking at these things, and I want you to have the life that you want to live, vibrant and full of everything that you want. And that's how we get that. So that belly fat can be handled, but the carbohydrates have got to go. They've got to go. And getting those nutrient levels up, if you don't have, get some multivitamins. We got multivitamins. If you're not wanting to take a whole lot of pills, InflaCrusher, multivitamins, and start with a smoothie every day. Target trifecta. Watch what happens. Your lives will change. Absolutely. How many people here would say amen to that? I know Catherine would. Catherine's husband has done great. Joanne would. Sarah would. There's people here who've lived it and done it and will tell you straight out, this is the path. This is the path. I've had women tell me, I've tried for 10 years. Nothing ever worked. This worked. I've had women just recently send me an email that said, I can't believe it. I don't know why this worked and nothing else ever did. This is why I want you to get on this path. The sprint is free. It's free. And it's going to change your life. It's going to change your husband's life. It's time to sit down and have a great conversation with your husband. Have a great conversation. And not, you need to do this. This is what we need to do as a couple. This is what we need to do to get our health back and get our vibrancy back. Because without that, it's just going to be more medications, more stuff, more this, and nothing, we got to look at the root cause. And the root cause is your body saying, I don't think so about all those carbs. That's why you have the belly fat. And for women, we want to have waists that are 35 inches or less, and for men, 42 inches or less. Otherwise, you got problems. They will come in, and it's all related to that inflammation, which is in the belly fat, and that's the highest amount of inflammatory stuff going on. It actually contains inflammatory substances in the belly fat. Favorite place for it to live. That's why I'm so adamant about, doing this. And again, I'm never going to go and say, this is what your BMI should be. This is what this should be. This is what that should be. No, just go get a tape measure. And from there, we'll figure it out. And your body will land naturally on your right weight. And sometimes it's a little bit bigger than, a little bit heavier than the weight loss gurus would tell you or whatever. Listen, Catherine's husband went from a 44-inch waist to a 34-inch waist. What? up with that. Mark has done that too. He's gone down to a 32-inch waist, and you know, just from doing the stuff that he does with me. You know, it's funny how that works, isn't it? So take a look at, you know, look at your pantry, look at your freezer, and it's time to just figure this out and get rid of stuff. And like I said at the very beginning when I was talking to Brittany, what your freezer needs to reflect is whole food. Everything in there should have a name for it. It shouldn't be pizza with their long ingredients like that. It shouldn't be, you know, like, here's a crock pot meal, just throw it in a bag and throw it in your crock pot. None of that stuff. But you know what we need to do? We need to get down to the place of cooking, and it has chicken. You have chicken in there, you have beef in there, you have salmon, wild salmon in there. And maybe some frozen vegetables as a backup, and lots of fresh vegetables. And then when you look at your plate, you look at all the colors. You know, what can you put on there? We had stuffed peppers the other night, red bell peppers, lots of vegetables in it. And I served it with some cauli rice and some other stuff. And, you know, I was counting all the vegetables. I mean, there was like 6 vegetables going on there. The more vegetables in there, the more color, the more that you're going to light your little mitochondria on fire. And your mitochondria is what determines your energy levels. Because if those mitochondria, it's little power stations inside of each and every cell. If they're sluggish, so are you. And that's how we build up to disease. And we want to get you out of there. And this is how you do it. I hope that was helpful for you, Tanya. Whoa, Tanya, I forgot another one. Jackie, here's Tanya. Sorry. Okay, this is, I love this one. Okay, Tanya says, I've been doing the sprint program on and off since the beginning of September 2019. I did the illegal and legal sprint. Yeah, you know the story behind that, right? And I'm determined to stick to the program and take care of me. Since September, I've lost 60 pounds. What? Of 2019. I'm thrilled, but I still have another 50 or so to lose. My questions are, I have been using eggs, spinach, and avocado for breakfast. I want to do the smoothies instead so I can add in more collagen. Brilliant. Remember this too, and just side note so I don't forget. Collagen is the builder for as you're losing weight, so that as your skin and if you're using intermittent fasting as well, if you're using intermittent fasting and collagen, you're not going to have big gobs of hanging skin. I know weight loss for women who are losing, like, you know, between 75 and 100 pounds or more have always, I've gotten emails before, just like, what am I going to do about all this hanging skin? It will not hang if you intermittently fast and strap on the autophagy, which helps to eat up that skin, and collagen, which helps to build stronger, healthier skin. So this is a wise move on her part. Any suggestion, but she finds constipation is an issue and finds that nuts are one of the things that make me constipated. Any suggestions on what I can use instead of the nut milk, or what one would be easier on me? I know that almonds and walnuts are definitely out, as I know a difference. My other question is a local grocery store that has matcha tea bags but not matcha powder. Can I make tea and use it instead? If so, how much should I add to the smoothie? Or would I be better just getting it off Amazon? I would get it off Amazon. Easy. They get it in the powder. And remember, you don't want to add too much because it gets extraordinarily bitter. And you can you know, it's not great. It's expensive, but it lasts forever. Keep it in the refrigerator. Okay? That's what I would do for the matcha tea. There's so many different brands out there. Go with something. I would go with an organic matcha brand, and I would go with something that has a lot of good reviews. Yeah, that's important because we don't want, you know, some garbage. So make sure you do that. Now, I would go with coconut milk, and from the can. Let's try that. The reason that I like coconut milk from the can, and I'm with you on this whole nut thing, because sometimes I think I'm getting a sensitivity toward almonds simply because I'm eating a lot of almonds right now. With almond butter, I've been having an apple with a tablespoon of almond butter as part of my lunch every day. And I think it's starting to react a little bit on me because that used to be a sensitivity very long ago. So I have to drop that because it was one of my favorite things that I've been enjoying. But, you know, this is just, you do what you need to do. And I will tell you right now that coconut milk in the can is fabulous. And it will be wonderful for adding in the fat. and for giving you a nice creamy texture and really good flavor. So do that instead, and I think that will really help. Now you have a choice. You can either do it in all its thick glory, or you can water it down and do like 4 ounces of water and 4 ounces of coconut milk. For me, I just go straight full whatever, 8 ounce. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's so creamy and so delicious. But it also, because of all that fat that's in there and everything else in there, it is 100%. I mean, can I just tell you how fantastic this stuff is? I mean, ridiculous. It makes me last about 5 hours with no food. And I don't even think about it because I take Crave Crusher with it as well. By the way, that was my big hint. So that should help you. And if you have anything further, Tanya, happy to help you. And I'm delighted you're in our community too. I'm delighted to see you popping up again, because I know I saw you earlier, and when I saw you, I went, oh yeah, she's back. So any of you who have come back to the fold, welcome back. We're so glad you're here. And we're so glad to help you out in any way that we can. And you can use this tool of asking me any question you want by simply sending your questions into support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday. You will get your answer. I promise. Hand to God. Soulful Saturday is tomorrow. OMG, don't miss it. Have I got some goodies for you? It's just some stuff that I've been working in my, my life right now, and I think you're going to find it to be completely useful. I'm so glad you're here too, Amy and Sarah. No Irish goodbyes. That's a good one. Catherine, you're the best. Thank you. Yeah, we don't Irish goodbye. You know what an Irish goodbye is, right? It's when you leave and you don't tell anybody. I forgot about that. I talked about that years ago. But I used to do that all the time, in a big party. Because believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert. I get recharged by being alone. That's what an introvert is. But when I'm in and when I'm on and when I'm with a group of people, I will love you up like nobody's business. I can't wait to see you. But sometimes if the party gets too big and a little overwhelming, I Irish goodbye it. I'm say to Mark, come on, let's go. Because I don't want the big fanfare or whatever. I just need to go home and put on my jammies. But for you, don't Irish goodbye us, okay? Stay in the hot melt sprint. Stay in contact. We don't need any more isolation. You know what we need? We need more sisterhood. We need more connection. That's what we need, more connection. And I'm there for you. I need it just as much as you do. So thank you for being a part of my community. Thank you for being a part of the gala next week. Is that going to be fun or what? We will be sending an email out. So go ahead and get signed up for our emails at savingdinner.com, and also the show notes and everything else, so that you can get all the information that you need. I don't want to lose you. Jen, I'm glad you're sticking around. I've got hard eyes for you too. Yes, Lucy, we're going to make you give up isolation for Lent. How's that? Deal? I love you guys. Peace be with you. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for Soulful Saturday.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.